I want to welcome you to another episode of Beyond the Surface Radio. I'm your host, Dr. Wanda J. Evans-Brewer. Today I want to talk about networks and algorithms on Facebook and efforts you might want to put in place, just some light boundaries you might want to put in place to protect your network. So what usually happens is when you travel abroad and you begin to build some relationships, and you accept for certain friend requests, that brings you the person that you were extending yourself to, but it also puts you in their algorithm where their network begins to see you, and they send out friend requests. Generally, my plant method is if there's no picture of you, I don't accept. If I see too many religious scriptures, I don't accept, because you already, if you up there with like almost even with Jesus, like you that royal and regal, and you on something as grimy as Facebook, because Facebook is almost like a dark alley. You really don't know what you're going to get into. So, I don't bother myself with that. If we don't have any mutual friends, I don't accept. If I look at your page and it's the same picture over and over again, I pretty much know that's a bot, that's some sort of robot, that's a mess. I have my own method of weeding, but if we have a mutual friend and a mutual friend, I respect them, then I'll go and look at your page, and then I'll accept the friend request. Okay, now that's one-on-one with you. But what happens is, because I've accepted your friend request, because you accept a friend request, your friends become exposed to more. Okay, so in this last 2 years, I've had my friends be exposed to various Africans, and they send them friend requests. Most of them have been innocent and kind, and it's just been kind of like chat sessions, or they share. Lots of Africans listen to country music. They inundate them with a bunch of country music. It's been innocent, but there has been a team of people who have infiltrated my network. And what I mean by infiltrated is, at some point, they are soliciting money. They're asking them for money. Some of them have tried to solicit it through relationships. That's usually what men do. All of a sudden, they so in love, or they so interested. I had a couple of people take a mentee of mine and begin to continue to try to video chat. Now, she's a married woman with a job, 5 children, has a 3 flat in the U.S., has no interest in flying. She is absolutely scared of planes, has never even flown in the U.S., even like, how people go to Vegas, none of that. And continually pressing to FaceTime, which for the type of husband she has would have caused complete hell. I've had my network infiltrated where you have people begin to request phones. They're asking them for phones. Can you get me a phone? The worst of it is I've had them infiltrated and really, really want money. And so to the point that the people will contact me and say, this person is requesting money for this issue. Is this a real issue? Do you agree? Do you sanction this? What do you think I should do? What's the fair amount? And that's how that played out. Now, all of these things are usually done behind your back. They're not going to contact you and say, hey, I'm about to begin to request certain things from your friends and family. Would that be cool with you? It just begins to start to happen. And some of it will be absolutely shocking. Some of your friends will contact you and say, this person likes me, or we've been talking, and you like, how in what? But it goes on. So on one hand, it's not my business. On the other hand, it's very much my business when things begin to sour, or things potentially can sour. And also, it's my business because, listen, I don't want my friends exploited. I don't want my friends and family exploited, and I don't want their perceptions of Africa to be based off a set of people who spend their time playing on the phone, sending out friend requests, seeking people to try to reap benefit from. I don't want that. So I've had the pleasure and pain of saying, hey, this person is good people, it's fine. I actually, normally if I'm involved, I'll tell them, would you please accept a friend request from this person? for this purpose. But usually if somebody is going over my head, that's their own impulse. And I've had the pain of telling people, no, this is not going to be a safe person. This person has sent it to this and that person. And this in general is what's happening with them. So I've gotten to the point I want to protect my network. Some of my friends are lonely. Some of them are eager and excited. Some of them are naive. They come in the full range of spectrum of personalities and issues of friends. And depending on what's going on in your life, these virtual relationships seem very, very real. And it's easy to become trusting because, anything that becomes a habit seems like it's built into your life, and you can't, you get to days where you can't imagine it not being there. And so it's easy to become vulnerable. And so I'm advising people coming here, protect your network and recognize that when you come here and you begin to make these friendships with Africans, that you expose your American network to not only good folks, but to folks who are on some old devious, deceptive stuff. Some of it you have no control over, but the parts that you do have control over, you should control. So I tell my friends, I say, listen, if you get a friend request, please screenshot me the picture before you accept it. Some of these people I know, some of them I don't know. If I don't know them, I can't vouch for their character. If you can still want to have the friendship, you should. Because there are lots of good people who see that they share things in common and they're just interested in vibing with you. Some of them have seen your post, liked what you wrote on the post, and they're just interested in vibing in you. Some of them liked your clothes and they want to share with you the fabrics and things that they sell or beads that they sell. That's fair game. Some of them just want to vibe with you. But there is a layer that sit bored, and their focus is to send out friend requests for the sole purpose of reeling you in. Some of it is catfish stuff. Some of the people are not who they say they are, not living how they say they're living, not having the issues or crisis or whatever it is that they're trying to pull you into. And some of it's not catfishing. Some of it is just you don't need the burden of even having the pressure there of folks that keep consuming, pressuring you with your inbox. So I felt bad recently about my network being infiltrated because now the person that spent so much time going through my network, soliciting money for a legitimate issue, now really needs help. And the network is shut. The network is closed. It's not responding because the thing about us Americans, and they know this about Americans care about things. Like they actually care about issues, will get involved in issues, okay? And that is a blessing. It's beautiful about us, but it also makes us vulnerable. So when you know that someone cares, then the likelihood that you'll drag them in something kind of goes up. And but also what they don't know about Americans is that when we don't care, we don't give a damn. And you can't get a dollar, a dime, a peso, a shilling up out of us. And so some of it is timing. You can't keep asking us for stuff. Some of it is feeling exploited where you ask for too much. I had someone send me a picture of a car. Okay, he was telling me, oh, I love what you do. I like this. You Mother Africa, you blah, blah, blah. And this, that. If only I had a car, then I could be an Uber, blue. He sends me a picture of a car, and I'm just like, you have got to be kidding me. You actually think I'm going to buy you a car? Yeah, he was thinking I might actually buy him a car. It seems far-fetched, but it's real. So, yeah, the network has to be protected because that's your lifeline back home. Many of them are precious cargo. They have loved on you. You have loved on them. You don't want them exploited. It's good to have some control over that, just so that the lines of respect and genuine concerns stay fresh and clean. I would say in general, it's just the right thing to do to protect all parties involved, because this is a new territory that we're all navigating, but that don't make it safe. So protect your network and understand that, yeah, people will get in touch with you just to get involved, just to tap into that network to exploit it. Those are my thoughts for today. You've been listening to Beyond the Surface Radio, and I'm your host, Dr. Wanda J. Evans-Brewer. Until we meet again, be safe in God's grace.